Federal judge rules California cannot ban gun owners from having high-capacity magazines. The judge says there's no American tradition of limiting ammunition capacity. But California Attorney General Rob Bonta argues they aren't necessary for private self-defense.
District Judge Roger Benitez once again strikes down California's magazine capacity ban as unconstitutional. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box. And if you like my channel, like my content, and what I do here, you can support me with the link. Everything is appreciated. Let's talk about this. Now, this is breaking news. Coming out yesterday, a U.S. District Judge, Roger Benitez, has struck down California's magazine capacity ban. Now, what the big deal about this is because California is literally saying you can't even possess these items. You have to get them out of the state, sell them, destroy them, whatever. Well, this judge stepped in and said, no, that's unconstitutional. Now, here's the history of this. This ban was passed in a proposal in 2016 in California. It was challenged. This same judge, Roger Benitez, I want to say 2019, stepped in and said, no, this is unconstitutional and you can't do this. And not only struck down the possession and importation of these magazines, but also the selling of them. So for like a week in 2019, Californians could buy high-capacity magazines, and it was quite the feeding frenzy. I remember that whole section because distributors were basically saying, due to what's going on in California, if you need your magazines, please get them now because we're not going to have any. But I remember that. But then the Ninth Circuit Court struck down the ruling by Judge Benitez, and that was in 2021. Then the Supreme Court vacated the appeals court ruling and sent it back. Now this judge has once again said this is unconstitutional and has once again technically negated this ban on the grounds of Bruin, because Bruin was once again being mentioned. But what gets interesting, of course, this has been like a ping pong ball through the courts, back and forth, back and forth. But I want to jump into here. And U.S. judge strikes down California ban on high-capacity gun magazines. A federal judge in California on Friday declared the state's ban on magazines that hold more than 10 rounds of ammunition unconstitutional, saying it violates the Second Amendment rights of firearm owners. U.S. District Judge Roger Benitez in San Diego said California's sweeping ban went too far by preventing people from using magazines for lawful purposes, including self-defense. Quote, the history and tradition of the Second Amendment clearly supports state laws against the use or misuse of firearms with unlawful intent, but not the disarmament of the law-abiding citizen, Benitez wrote in a 71-page decision, and there it is as clearly as you can. The history and tradition of the Second Amendment does not hamper the law-abiding from owning specific items or magazines or anything else. It does allow for enforcement of law against those who are criminals, but they're not interested in the criminal or the violence that's going on. As a matter of fact, it's their catalyst for them to pass laws like this. But Benitez cited a June 2022 decision by the U.S. Supreme Court, New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin, requiring that firearm restrictions must be consistent with this nation's historical tradition of firearm regulation to pass muster. Now, California Attorney General Rob Bonta, who enforces the state law, plans to seek a stay while he appeals the decision to the Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco again. He said Californians need to be kept safe from weapon enhancements that are designed to cause mass casualties. Once again, just a talking point, okay? Enhancements that are designed to cause mass casualties. The Gatling gun was invented in, the 1800s, 1700s? You know, the Cookson repeater. I mean, it's just a talking point. Quote, the Supreme Court was clear that Bruin did not create a regulatory straitjacket for states, and we believe that the district court got this wrong, Bonta said, because it didn't go in their favor. We will move quickly to correct this incredibly dangerous mistake. Well, you know what's funny? This magazine ban has been kind of floating around, but it's been out there since 2016, yet crime in California is out of control. And it's not necessarily just gun crime. Think about these smash and grabs that are going on in San Francisco. Landmark flagship stores leaving California because they're being robbed out of existence. But this person believes that the law-abiding citizen having a magazine over 10 rounds is somehow the catalyst for the violence that's going on. These people are out of their minds. Benitez delayed enforcing his injunction against the law for 10 days to give Bonta time to seek a stay. The judge had struck down a magazine ban in 2019, but the Ninth Circuit overturned him in 2021. The Supreme Court vacated the appeals court ruling and ordered new proceedings consistent with the Bruin decision. This is the writing on the wall right there. Just that language. New proceedings consistent with the Bruin decision. Benitez is literally making his ruling based on the Bruin decision. The Ninth Circuit, obviously, they're a liberal court, and they're going to strike it down again. The writing's on the wall. If this goes to the Supreme Court now, they're going to lose. And they know it, and they're going to try to stretch this thing out in the hopes that they can flip the power in the court. California Governor Gavin Newsom, who was criticized Benitez for multiple decisions favoring firearm owners, had praised the appeals court ruling as a high victory for health and safety of all Californians. And the case is Duncan versus Bonta, U.S. District Court, Southern District of California. All right, let's come out of there. Just remember, this is the same California, Bonta, who somehow mistakenly put the names and addresses of every concealed carry permit holder out into public view, where anyone could basically copy it, write it down, print it, what have you. So they have no moral leg in this case, but this is breaking news. It's going to go back to the Ninth Circuit, and then it's going to go back to it should go back to the Supreme Court. And like I just pointed out, the writing's on the wall. The court is letting them know if it comes to us after it leaves this, the Ninth Circuit, we're going to overturn it. And that's what they're afraid of. But it always, they always come up with the same talking points that somehow magazines with less rounds are going to make people safer. And it's like, yeah, well, if you're a criminal, 1 round is devastating. If you're a law-abiding person, 30 rounds is irrelevant. 40 rounds is absolutely irrelevant. 100-round drum mag is absolutely irrelevant because you're not going to go do something with it that would cause somebody else harm. Unless, of course, you're defending your home from criminals, but that's another story. But this mindset that this magazine ban is somehow going to make people safer is nonsense. California has had this ban for quite some time now, and crime is out of control in California. It's just real numbers. So I just don't know why they just want to die on the hill of holding the law-abiding accountable for the behavior of criminals. It just doesn't make any sense. But this is the next step. It's going to go back to the Ninth Circuit, and we'll see where we go from there. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.